So having seen the effects of back heavy, front heavy, and weak bar phrasing in pieces, seeing that starting on the downbeat of the bar creates stability, starting behind the downbeat of the bar creates instability. On the second level, starting on the strong bar, particularly the downbeat of the strong bar, creates maximum stability. The downbeat of the weak bar creates less stability. It's a bit like doing something back heavy. Starting in the weak bar in half time is really a back heavy line. So let's see if we can apply those concepts to our unstable experiment, hobo wind. And let's see what happens when we start creating some back heavy lines in the verse. See what that does. Note that, by the way, the fifth line, singing as you pass, is already back heavy, starting on the third beat of that bar. But let's see what happens when we start adjusting the verse for phrasing. This makes sense now, or a little more sense, out of our 5 elements of structure: number of lines, lengths of lines, rhyme scheme, rhyme types, and rhythm of lines. Now, rhythm of lines is taken to include where the phrases start relative to the downbeats of the bar and also relative to strong versus weak bars. I hear you out there crying. I hear you out there crying, begging, let me in. You make your way between the cracks. I know your moan. I know your laugh. Singing as you pass. Oh, hobo wind, hobo wind. Stay tuned. We're going to be talking about what just happened a couple of segments down. But it feels to me like the opening line, I hear you out there crying, just from my tone of voice feels unstable. Begging, let me in, from my tone of voice. That's how I'm feeling it. And your tone of voice reflects how you feel. Again, stay tuned. So I'm going to try those first 2 lines. I'm going to start behind the downbeat and see how that feels. I hear you out there crying, begging, let me in. You make your way between the cracks. I know you moan, I know your laugh. Singing as you pass, oh hobo wind, hobo wind. I wonder where you're going, I wonder where you've been. All the hearts you must have touched, the ones alone, the ones unloved, the ones you couldn't move. Oh, hobo wind, hobo wind. Work on the bridge in a minute. Take me with you, I join you in your hymns, climb your mountains, kiss your shores, know your valleys, green and pure, anywhere but here, oh hobo wind, I wish you'd take me wandering. I'd join you in your hymns, climb your mountains, kiss your shores. That's what I really want to do. And that's an image that I have. And so note that those phrases started stable, started on the downbeat of the bar. I wish you'd take me wandering. I'd join you in your hymns, climb your mountains, kiss your shores, know your valleys, green and pure. Anywhere but here, oh hobo wind, hobo wind. Note that I skipped the strong beat on anywhere but here. Kiss your shores, know your valleys, green and pure. Anywhere but here. Just as we did in Pieces, skipping that internal downbeat really seems to make a difference emotionally, because I really don't want to be here. Anywhere but here, no, anywhere but here. And so that feels like engaging now this whole concept of front heavy, back heavy in these verses has added another layer of expression to them, creating again this connection, all of this stuff working together. The number of lines, the length of lines, the rhythms of the lines, the rhyme scheme, and the rhyme types, all working together with now the phrasing and the melody to create this sense of longing, this sense of wanting to belong, wishing I could belong. Now back to the bridge. I want to try weak bar there. I want to try weak bar phrasing on the sing, travel on, sing, and see what happens there. Oh, hobo wind, hobo wind, strong 2, 3, sing, travel on, 3, 1, sing, da, 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 da. Like that. I like moving the sing in a bar. It does a couple of things. Number one, it takes up some of that space, but it gives you that kind of moment to reflect and then sing on the downbeat, but on the downbeat of the weak bar really feels like I want to sing. And note, by the way, that when that G moves past the one bar of A minor and moves into the G major, that it really sort of feels with that adjective that the G major says, ah, yes, that feels good. Then the singing moves from something that's a little less stable to something that's a little more stable and something that's a little bit more attractive. So that, that motion from one bar of A minor rather than 2 bars of A minor into the G while I'm singing a G gives us kind of a sense of tension resolution there. Listen to that again. Oh, hobo wind, hobo wind, sing, travel on, sing. So that feels like it works. And so where we are right now, it feels like we have a really workable melody. We have nice contrast between verse and bridge Here, staying unstable but using that other tool of weak bar phrasing and the melodic tool of an unstable note so that we are able to contrast it, give it a different feel, and then when we move back into the strong bar, although we're back heavy in the last verse, it feels like we've arrived someplace. So that's kind of the thought process. I hope that that this has been helpful for you to actually go through the thought process in the construction of an experiment. And you know, whatever the song is, it at least has done this. It at least has said, here is how I want to feel, and here are the tools that you can use to help that feeling along. And I think that as the song has progressed, that the feeling has become intensified by the use of these songwriting tools. We'll see more of how this is accomplished in the next segment, but for now, we're going to say goodbye to our friend Hobo Wind. I hear you out there crying, begging, let me in. You make your way between the cracks. I know you moan, I know you laugh, singing as you pass. Oh, hobo wind, hobo wind. I wonder where you're going, I wonder where you've been. All the hearts you must have touched, the ones alone, the ones unloved, the ones you couldn't move. Oh, hobo wind, hobo wind. Sing, travel on, sing. I wish you'd take me wandering, I'd join you in your hymns, climb your mountains, kiss your shores, know your valleys, green and pure. Anywhere but here, oh, hobo wind, hobo wind, oh,